good evening, and welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Kindred Lists, right here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. We want to take the opportunity to thank, well, first of all, I need to mute my other computer's volume, because that would be very, very distracting to our viewers at home to hear my voice a half a second later, as well as on top of my normal voice through my microphone. So I apologize there, Twitch. Welcome to Proficiency Bonus, where we have technical difficulties because people can't remember to do things that are important to the stream. That's me. Well, we're glad that you're here. We want to thank our friends at Twitch and Streamlabs OBS for allowing us to be affiliated with them. We also like to thank our sponsors and supporters at Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. If you type in !Little Dragon in the chat, you'll get a quick link to Little Dragon Corp's website where you can buy some really cool dice and other RPG related items and gear. You can use the coupon code PROBONUS to get 10% off of your order. If you type in !CCG, you can get a link to Cardboard Castle Games website as well. So make sure you go check them out at some point, maybe during the break this evening, and let them know that we sent you by ordering some cool stuff. And then just go ahead and put all of our addresses in and just have it shipped to our houses, right? That's right. Gifts are good. We like gifts. So thank you guys for joining us. A quick recap on what happened on episode 20. Our group was in a pretty dire situation. Molfen had gone ethereal and made his way beneath a dark and twisted lighthouse in some unknown land that they had traveled to in search of his kidnapped wife. He was able to locate her. He put her in a stasis and then put her in a bag. Then they proceeded to battle with this individual who you thought was the name Zelroth. That's the name that you were given to from Dorn, Ambercrown. Ended up being something much worse that was living within that lighthouse. Invited you to dinner after a short scuffle upstairs. You made your way upstairs only to find an interesting room of several mirrors and lava atop the ceiling. The mirrors seemed to beckon you with terrible visions as you were drawn in closely. Some of you had some visions of foes that you've defeated in the past, or situations that happened that caused you a lot of trauma and pain brought back up to you, and it just kind of shoved in your face. Ashlyn broke a mirror and the floor gave out. You guys were dangling from a chandelier, battling these fire elemental creatures made of green flame. You battled them for quite some time, made your way back upstairs. Lachlan decided he would test out the lava, only to get burned pretty badly. And before we go on, I would like to retcon a ruling that I made last week, because I felt it was unfair to my players. And I thought about it over and over again. I wanted to make sure it happened on stream, so that way if we ever go back to this situation, people would understand why we're ruling it differently. There was a reverse gravity on the lava pit that was on the ceiling, keeping it up there. It was only about a 10-foot zone outside of it. Technically, our heroes were flying. Flight is it basically negates gravity, in my opinion. So for them to be sucked into the lava would probably be pretty harsh. I would argue that if you were flying up towards it, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, the gravity shifted, it may have accelerated you into it. I don't know. I've never flown without the use of a plane before, so I have no idea how that would work.
Yet.
We'll throw you off your roof next time we see it, and we'll see what happens.
Right.
Let's just get jetpacks. We'll get jetpacks. It's fine.
So the way I'm going to rule it from now on, anti-gravity, it would only suck you in if there wasn't any, if you were not flying. It would feel weird, because all of a sudden your acceleration would probably change, and it would feel like you were diving instead of climbing. In that situation. So I decided that I was going to kind of retcon that they wouldn't have taken that extreme amount of damage. They still would have got burned, and it still would have hurt if they stuck their pinky or tested it out. It still would have hurt really bad. Not 10d10 hurt, probably, but still it would have hurt. So I did want to change that ruling on the stream, so that way all of our viewers and everybody who's watching this post on YouTube will understand why that happened and how we're going to rule it this going forward, in case they decide they want to come back to this place in the future and visit again.
Speaking of,
but our party has used the scepter that Callista had obtained from the storm giants with the worm skull throne, and has teleported the whole group back to her room in the Dumpster Fire Ranch. And so the story is told, adventurers. You guys are back in the safety of your home, near Waterdeep. What would you like to do?
Diana is going to go to Callista's bed and sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah,
Immediately.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
valid.
Are you guys looking rough? Is everybody looking pretty beat up and tired? And
I have like no hair, no eyebrows. I'm like all red.
I'll do like a mass healing word. I don't know, before I go to bed. I don't
how long has
So,
it
you
been?
know,
I can also do a mass healing word. I have one's 3rd level spell.
from
slot
where
left
we
to do
left
that.
off last episode, it's been exactly probably 8 seconds, Molfin. From where you teleported, and you're just here.
Okay, so
Oh no. No, my health is actually fine, by the way.
Your health is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a little burned.
Yeah, because I think somebody
Oh,
cast
really?
heal on you before you guys
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Mhm.
And that brought me nearly back up to full.
yeah, Molfin is looking okay with the. Thanks to his situation, he's already on the mend.
Okay.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I'll open the bag of holding and Graham, can you hear me?
No, she is in stasis until I bring her home. She must be set on her bed within our house before the stasis can be broken.
Bring the bag toward him. Don't keep her on ice too long.
Should we? I don't know how much teleportation you have left, but I guess we could do that tomorrow morning. We all
Yes, it would
rest?
have to be tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I could use a few supplies in the city before crashing for the day.
Natasha kind of looks at all of you and says, "Where are we?"
A few miles north of Waterdeep.
Her eyes get wide as you guys say that. Perfect. I have things I can do in the city as well. And she starts like gathering.
what kind
over-
of thing?
I'm gonna go tell our high priest what Dorn's been up to.
Baby Dorn's dead.
Either way, I'm still gonna go tell our high priest what Dorn's been up to. There is some kind of
I think-
terrible creature out there that has terrible plans for the future, and I'm gonna make sure that our higher-ups know about it.
I mean,
Okay.
they know about it. I don't think they really care.
Now, I'm pretty sure that I think that Molfin and I both visited the high priests, and they kind of were dismissive. Not inherently dismissive, but they told me that I wasn't allowed back in if I came back with Molfin,
Wow.
and basically that I was being friends
Came
with an
back with-
abomination.
Came back with what are you talking about? Why would they ever say that to you?
I don't know, but they were like Molfin. They had like some problems with Molfin, and they were like, he's an abomination, and if you bring him back here, and if you stay friends with him, then like, blah blah blah. You know,
Molfin's
fine.
Molfin is going to walk over a little closer to this woman, and literally, because I dispelled seeming during the fight, she's going to take the hand and go like this.
That's why.
Yeah, that part. That part.
Right.
They're really not a fan of mine, even
Diana, didn't
with the
you want to
benefit that I don't for
go?
it.
I did want to go there anyways, but I kind of wanted to go there more on like the "I told you so" factor, less so on the noble, pure-hearted warning them of the. what
I
is yet to
mean,
come
if you go with her, she could play good cop. You could play bad cop.
That is a good point. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I need the body. Where did we put the body? Of
Where's the body?
I don't remember what you
in
did
the
with
bag
the
of
body.
holding.
I think you shoved it in a
It's in
bag.
one of the
bag.
bag. It's what in one of the bags of holding.
I would like to pull Dorn's body out of my bag of holding, out of one of the bags of holding.
Natasha looks a little horrified. as you're like, Dorn. and you pull him out.
Listen, Tasha, I got into some crazy things after I went to college, so.
She kind of
College has been a rough year.
She kind of looks down to the body, looks at you, and you can see a little bit of tears kind of well up in her eyes. And she looks back at you and says, "He deserved it."
Amen, sister.
He deserved worse, but you wouldn't let me disintegrate him.
I don't know. I like how he got though.
Although,
You
if
had
you'd
his
like, I could
soul.
have him
You-
walk into the temple on his own accord, if you'd rather.
No.
Waterdeep
no.
and undead's probably not a good idea.
I think
Why does everyone always think of undead when they think of me? I was thinking more having an unseen servant, sort of, weekend at Waterdeep, and just have him like,
We can do Waterdeep.
Wow.
Oh my god, wait, can we actually? Natasha, I'm just saying, we could prop him up on our arms, because, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna get this corpse through the city. We can just prop him up on our arms, pretend he's like our drunk uncle, and, bring him to the
Natasha looks at you and is like, "What are you going to do about the smell?"
I have
Diana, do you want to take one of the bags of holding with you? Would that be easier?
Yeah, that'd be a little bit easier. Let me stuff
Okay,
the body back in.
Let's do that. I will let you take my bag of holding to take it in.
I'm often
grabbed him
punches
by
the
the-
other one a little closer to him.
No, we are not. Your wife stays close to us. We're not. That's important.
She's staying right here.
For how
do you-
long?
Until tomorrow. When we go tomorrow, I look at Muffin pointedly.
So, I'm in need of supplies.
Are you all going into the city? Is that what's happening?
Apparently, at least 3 of us are. Oh, it seems Lachlan is. Come along, Callista.
Do we have to babysit? I'm gonna roll.
What could possibly go wrong?
Someone needs to watch Lachlan. I mean, who knows what trouble he'll get into.
You guys look over to
Yeah.
Ashlyn, and she's got like 3rd-degree burns all over her body. And,
Oh, honey.
she's like, I'm gonna go to my tower.
Here, Ashlyn, everybody, you know what? Everybody gets 7 healing. Just
Yes.
Okay, I also casted Mass Healing Word at a higher level, and I rolled 8 plus 5 is 13?
13.
Total of 20.
Total of 20 for everybody.
13.
I am at Heroes Feast full.
Ashlyn just looks at all you. If you see something cool, pick it up for me.
I got you, babes.
And she kind of makes her way out of the room and into the direction of her tower.
Lachlan, what do you have to do in the city?
What don't I have to do in the city?
I have to send a sending stone to some lady.
Muffin wants to go shopping. Are you going shopping or?
I
Yeah.
just need a couple of small items, so it shouldn't take me long.
Actually, I should go shopping as well. No, wait. I already got sending stones. Never mind.
Where's that strange magic?
And Natasha,
person
you're
shop?
gonna go with Diana to what is it
Temple?
called? It's like
We're
the
gonna drop a
temple
dead body
east,
on the floor of
the
the
temple
Uh,
west of the City of the Dead.
Let me see if I can.
I believe it is north of the City of the Dead, if I
Is it
remember
north?
correctly.
Here we go. I can take you guys over. If you're in roll 20, I can take you guys over to the Waterdeep map where I have a lot of the things already marked there.
Oh, it is north,
Yeah, the
northwest.
Hospice. No, that's
Hospice
Hospice of St. Lothar.
Lothar, yeah, that's it. Yep. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate that.
The Empire
Empire
strikes.
strikes.
Oh.
The Empire Strikes Us. Ah, very nice. You should have been here. You should have followed last night during our Star Wars stream. That would have been even more epic. All right. So yeah, there's the map, so you guys can see the markings and all the locations that you guys know of and have visited. And there are a couple on there that I didn't put. There's that magic shop that you guys visited a couple times. It's in the kind of like the top left-hand side in the C ward. It would be up in one of those alleys, somewhere up there.
Yep.
What was that place called? Aurora's somethings?
Something like it was like
Yeah.
the really noble, fancy magic
It
shop.
was like a fancy magic place. Yeah.
You had to like drop a lot of coin to get some like attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was.
That is why I'm planning on going in
That's
precisely
where
1
you're going?
hour. Yes, I must wait an hour though. I need some time. Need to restudy my spells. But unless you think it's a wise idea for me to walk through the gates of Waterdeep looking like this, which
No. Let's not do that.
we can break out rumor mill. That should be fascinating.
Isn't he wanted? Now, oh my god, what if we got Dallas Rumor Mill arrested?
I think that didn't that just happen
I
like
think that was the
yesterday
intent.
in game.
Yesterday.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like
True.
this has all happened like really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that means that if I go
Okay,
looking
Mulfin,
for
do you have the ability to telepathic bond as I yawn because I'm tired?
Yes, but it only lasts an hour, so we would have to delay our leaving, as I need an hour to prepare my spell to make myself look as someone else. So if
What
we leave
time
in an
is it?
hour, then
What time
probably
is it
still fairly
currently?
early, given how.
Well, let's see.
Ah.
You guys went to meet with Dorn. That was kind of like lunchtime. That was noon.
Yeah.
You guys had that whole encounter in Spiel. You went back and you slept, and then left really late at night to go to this place. So when you zapped back, one thing that you did notice when you left this area was it was probably like 11 o'clock at night when you teleported to the tree in the village in the lighthouse area. It was probably more close to sunrise at that location. And when you bamf back, it's probably like midnight-ish right now. So it's probably really late.
Well,
I think
Fair
that makes
point. Let's just take a rest. How about
On the
do
contrary,
shopping in
There-
the morning and then
there's nothing like a free shopping trip.
I was going to say that that midnight might in fact be the perfect time to arrive into the office of the Pope and drop a dead body on his floor.
I mean that makes sense, but I'm just saying you can't really do much shopping. All the shops are closed
Episode
unless you're
title.
going to Lachlan the shit and steal from the entire city of Waterdeep, which I don't think is a good plan right now.
I'm a verb.
I'm a verb.
Can that be the title? Can that be the title?
What?
Verb.
I am a verb. That's-
I'm a verb.
I'm sorry, I would just like to point out that Lachlan just turned into Ralph Wiggum.
I'm learning.
All I can hear in that is.
It was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Oh my god.
That was awesome.
Mama's gonna just look at Calista. I didn't find out last time, so should this time be any different?
How about we stop playing with fire for like 24 hours?
It's a lot to ask.
I know.
How about
Fine, I will
16?
agree with that. No playing with anything that will burn me for 24 hours.
I don't like that, Molfin. I know your tricks. I'm not a dumbass.
Some Asmodeus level lawyering there.
Yeah, nice try.
Practicing for his future
You're
gig.
getting the... Yeah, seriously.
As Molfin starts to walk towards the door leading downstairs, holding the bag, looks down at the bag of holding. Wonder what you thought was going to burn me worse than you. Start heading downstairs.
All right. So I'm kind of assuming you guys are probably going to crash for the evening here.
Unless Diana wants to do the body thing
Yeah.
at night. That's up to you, though, BB.
Diana, you would know that the hospice is kind of like a hospital, so it would
So
technically
it would be,
technically it's open all hours, but it's probably understaffed in the evening, and they're probably just kind of like just have a couple, the nurses kind of taking care of
Don't
people.
do that
and
to the
priests
night
and things
staff.
like
The night
that,
staff
I
have
know,
it
I know
rough.
they have it rough, and they have to work very hard, but they're probably understaffed. They probably don't have as many as
Yeah.
they, and mostly like the doctors come in during the day, so you're like.
Where's his office? Is his office at the hospital?
Yeah. His office was at the hospice. Yep.
Well, if you just go bug him,
It's a
fine.
temple/hospital. It's not like El Mater is all about easing suffering and taking on the suffering of others. So that a hospital is something that El Mater would.
Martyrdom.
Yeah. But yeah, he's probably not there. But I mean,
Then,
the place will
if
be
he's
open.
not there. The point is that he's there, so
Sure.
I will wait until the morn. Otherwise, I really would have been like, that sounds kind of fun.
Okay.
Alright. So, Natasha, can you wait till morning? Or are you gonna go now?
Yeah, I apologize. I didn't realize what time it was.
It's fine. We're all kind of scatterbrained. Makes sense.
I think a good night's rest, someplace comfortable, will be a good thing for me.
Alright. Lachlan, are you staying here tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. Yeah, you guys can you and Diana can use my bed if you want.
I think I have I haven't set up my bed, but I've got my room down there.
You have a room.
I think I have a room.
You have a room.
Hey, you have a
I
room.
don't think I've ever slept in there.
She actually Natasha
Actually-
could sleep on the couch because that's where you usually sleep.
Doesn't he have a closet?
Yeah,
He's basically got the smallest room.
He's got the
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
smallest room.
yeah. It's actually
storage
just
unit is
right down the
bigger
hall
than
from
his room.
Callista's room. So,
I'm gonna head out and go in there and fall asleep on a box.
and Diana's got a pretty nice sized room on the first floor. There's Diana's room, and then there's the guest room, which Riled was staying in, and then you guys had recently got it, for the most part, repaired from when that mechanical spider blew that hole in the wall.
The dragon dogs.
But then Molfin and Ashlyn threw each other through windows, and it's
Yeah,
I don't know if it's been repaired for that.
that was the
sense.
living
Right.
that was the living room. I think you guys just boarded up the windows in the living room.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is literally a dumpster fire ranch. Like, it's such a mess. Forever under repairs because of entering life.
Natasha goes downstairs to basically make her way to sleep on the couch, and then comes back up and says, "There's a small one asleep on the couch downstairs."
Oh, is it Riser?
Yeah, Riser's asleep on the couch.
Right.
Diana, do you want her to have your bed or my bed?
She can stay in my room if she wants. You'll be comfortable there, Natasha, right? It's nice.
As you ask that question, you guys hear all of a sudden and then in the bed, in Callista's room, Riled like rolls over and like pulls up the comforter like really comfortably and is just like he's been in the bed
Okay.
sleeping the whole
Cherubic.
time.
Isn't his room fixed yet?
It might be. He just finds your bed a little bit more comfortable than the one in the guest room.
Father.
I mean, maybe that's for the best, considering that what's her name, your grandmother on your paternal side has it out for him.
Yeah.
You and your
that's fine.
grandmother can sleep in your room. Me and Natasha will sleep in mine.
Yeah, come on. You
Alright.
never put the best mattress you have in a normal room. You always put it in the guest room, right? I mean, you always put the worst mattress in the guest room. Isn't that the rule?
That's not just the tradition was
Because there's the people that sleep in that bed are only there usually like once every yeah.
And if it's a really good bed, they're gonna want to stay. So like,
Yeah, you can't make it
there you
too
go.
comfortable.
There you go, Kristy.
That's so interesting. I thought that the tradition was to put the best bed in the guest room, and like I that was like what I knew from like
You are
something that my teacher said.
Zoss,
we
you
were
are a
talking about
much
Shakespeare.
better person than I am.
you're the purest cleric. Oh,
You are a
sorry.
much better person than I am. I
I
really do respect that, Zoss. That is very wonderful.
that's so sweet. That's such a Diana thing to say.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Callista's not going to bed right away anyway, so I'm leaving my room.
Okay. So I guess what I'll do is I'll fast forward a little bit and ask any of you if there's anything that you would like to accomplish or do, or would you just like to take your long rest and then we'll fast forward to the next morning?
Where's Clarion staying in this house?
That is a good question.
Can we just say we have a room for him? I don't know.
We can say there's a second guest room on the second floor
Sure.
that Clarion has been staying in. Because
All right.
I
How many
can't.
people are in this house?
This is
We have a lot of
Oh, yeah.
people. We are like a hostel at this point.
So where's my mom? We
We're
left her in the woods.
You left her.
Your
Yeah,
mom's
left
Yeah,
her
we
at
still
home.
have it. We
Yeah.
still haven't come back to. Oh yeah, we got to go deal with Diana's mom. Maybe we'll do that in the morning.
Okay.
We need to collect my mother at some point.
So what I'm gonna do then? I'm probably just gonna stay out on the. No, I'm gonna go up to the roof and read for a couple hours before I go to bed.
Okay. Sure, you reading that?
I might even sleep up there. Because Dad's in my bed.
Okay. It's a pretty nice moonlit night as you make your way to the roof and you're reading your book. Is that the book that you were trying to read to get through all the way?
This is the book I'm trying to get
Yeah,
through.
right. I guess go ahead and add like 2 more hours to your reading
Sure. Yeah.
for this.
And then I'll sleep.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have anything in particular, or?
I think I have to break my connection to the oath bow temporarily.
Oh.
Because I think it still thirsts for the blood of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. How does it
So
reset?
I've got to see if I can.
How does it reset?
I think I have to kill him, or what I'm hoping is if I break the connection, it'll reset, and then when I reconnect, I'm going to do an experiment to see.
Yeah, let me.
Oh, so you're gonna unattune
Yeah.
and then reattune?
And see if that works.
That's an interesting way of trying it.
That's interesting. That's smart. Let's see what it says.
We'll see. Otherwise,
Oh, dawn 7 days later.
Dawn 7 days later.
oh, it'll automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the target of your attack becomes your sworn enemy until it dies or until dawn 7 days later.
Oh, okay. Then I don't.
When your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next dawn.
Yeah.
We'll kill him before
But,
seven
okay,
days.
here's one for you.
Here's the issue though. While your sworn enemy lives, you have disadvantage on attack rolls
With
with
all other
weapons.
Yeah.
Right, with all of the weapons,
Weapons,
not
not
against all of
against
the
the-
targets.
Not against.
Okay,
As long as you
okay,
keep using the bow,
Yeah.
you're good.
So I'm sitting there trying to cut my food, and my dagger is like.
Wow.
As the oath bow whispers, like, blood, I want blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mulfin is actually thinking something similar to Lachlan, though.
Unattune?
Well, I realized that crystal ball that Callista let Molfin borrow that he's still holding on to
Yeah.
requires attunement to use.
Oh. Does it require attunement just to like use it as because you have scrying anyway, don't you? Can you just use it
but
as a component?
Not prepared.
Oh, I see.
So
You
Molfin
don't have
is
a lot
going
of
to-
things you can unattune to, though. They're kind of stuck to you.
Yeah, they're
I
kind of
have-
stuck. You have one
I
item
literally
you
have one item that I have one slot I can
unattune.
play with.
Yeah.
So Molfin is going to basically unattune to the ring
Okay.
and attune to the crystal ball,
As you
and then cast scrying.
as you try to go for the crystal ball, it is no longer there.
Oh no. It's been trying to run away for a minute. We've been ignoring it.
The ball has?
Do you guys remember when you first got it? How like
It had legs.
it had
It
legs,
had legs.
and would try to run away, and it kept saying it needed to get back to its master.
I completely
But
forgot
it was
this.
in my bag of holding, so it couldn't go anywhere.
Couldn't
But
go
when
anywhere,
You took it,
and you took it
but
out.
when you took it from me,
And then it had the ability to be able to do this again. And in the midst of all this, you've lost track of it.
Bloody
oh
hell.
no.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. Well,
Oh, no, I'm going to try a different way.
oh.
I have one slot left.
Mm-hmm.
Molfin's going to cast Sending.
Okay.
And I don't know its name, but I'm hoping that this thing counts as a creature I'm familiar with, where I battled with it and saw its face.
Okay.
I am hoping your initials are A.G. There's much I would discuss with you if they are. We may be able to help each other.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead, Molfin, and make a persuasion check for me.
You know what? I'm feeling like this is important, so I'm going to break out Little Dragon.
Who got the nat 20 last week?
Lachlan
Ashlyn.
and Ashlyn.
Ashlyn and
yeah.
Lachlan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ashlyn's is rolling is rolling over, I guess. That's what we said.
Yep.
Well, okay, that's not horrible. I should have grabbed my dice tray, which is right over behind my head, but I was stupid and just rolled it on the desk. Okay, you said persuasion, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Where are we? Persuasion. Yeah. I forgot I have a minus.
Oh,
I was gonna
boy.
say, what's your modifier?
Well, I was happy, but that's a 17.
Well, that's still pretty good. You hear this voice in your mind that speak to you and say, I am sure we will meet again soon enough. Perhaps this time we may be able to speak before violence occurs. I would much enjoy a partnership. And that's all you hear back. Because if you remember last time, like, he didn't get to do, like, a montage because Callista threw fire at his face, like, immediately. He didn't get to do his epic level monologue as he was walking down the steps. He said, like, one thing, and Callista's like, no, I'm not taking it. Fire.
Saying he
I'm
was
going to burn my
dead.
last 4th level spell slot.
Okay.
Gas back. Feel free not to reply. I would be delighted to speak. As long as you stay away from my wife.
You do get a response back. To be honest, you shouldn't trust me, but your wife was never part of the plan. That was all Dorn's doing. That's all you hear.
And Malfin's gonna roll over and go to sleep.
All right. Everybody else sleeping? Diana, anything you wanted to do before bed, or you crashing?
Nah, Diana will just she'll like fluff the pillows for Natasha and be like, "Here's an altar you can pray to before you go to bed. Here is an extra blanket if you get cold. Good night."
Awesome.
Let me know if you want anything. Warm glass of milk. I got you. Go to bed.
Excellent. So we will fast forward to the next morning. You all gain the benefits of a long rest. A much needed long rest. Lachlan, your attempt to unattune and reattune to the oath bow during this long rest unfortunately did not affect the special ability of your bow.
Mhm.
So that
Tenacious little bow, aren't you?
Swift death to those who have wronged me.
Oh.
it really wants them dead quick, swift. You know, it's,
I'm hurrying as fast as I can, though.
It's getting impatient with you, Lachlan. Diana, you awaken to crying. And when you kind of open up your eyes a little bit, in the corner of the room where you have this small altar set up to Ilmater, Natasha is on her knees before this altar, and she is crying and hunched over and begging for forgiveness and mercy. She is begging for guidance. She is apologizing for following along with everything that Dorn had made her go through the past probably year and a half, 2 years of her life. And you can see she's disheveled. Her hair's a mess. You're not sure how much sleep she got, if she got any. You're not really sure. You slept fine. But
I slept like a baby.
You slept
guilt free.
There was that one moment in the middle of the night where like you just shot up really quick and you're like, wait a minute, did you just try to kill me? And then you just, you just go right back. You just go right back to bed.
That's our new thing. That's trying to kill me.
But yeah, Natasha, she seems to be a little bit of a mess, and she seems like she's trying her best to hide it from you. Like she's trying to be quiet about her crying and her prayer, but you know it's obvious to you.
I will get out of bed and kneel down next to Natasha.
She looks over at you quickly. She starts wiping her tears off her face. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to wake you.
No, it's fine. Natasha, been here, done all of this before. You are not the only one who feels like they've let our God down now and again. But Natasha, he's not let down in you or in any of us. You were a victim of a corrupted man who manipulated you and frightened you into doing things that you normally never would have. That's not a sin on you or a stain on you and your relationship with Ilmater. That is one of the many things that his soul is being weighed for right now.
But Diana, I think a lot of it is my fault. I mean, I did desire the things that he wanted from me. He promised me that That's what my whole trip to Waterdeep was for when I first, took that trip with you guys. When you guys were headed off and we dropped you off at Nightstone, I was episode 1, that's right, Lachlan. I was on my way there to get special training because Dorn was going to help me to become, he was going to elevate my position. He was going to make me something important within the Temple of Ilmater, and I took it. The desire of my heart was to be something more than what Ilmater wanted me to be at the time. And that's what I'm having such a difficult time forgiving myself for. I fell into it. I did it willingly. And I just kept going. And I knew things started to get really strange, and I started to get scared, but I kept going. I felt like I was too far down the road to turn around. Felt like I was too far down the path. I'm having trouble forgiving myself.
There was a moment. We all slip in our faith sometimes, Natasha, and we all backslide. There was a moment about a year ago. I had affection for someone that I thought was love, and somehow in the middle of all of that, I ended up losing my soul to them. And at that time, I thought that I was going to walk away from him later. And he did not let me. And he did not let you walk away, Natasha, either. Because you might have been tempted by things that were not for you in that timing, but that doesn't mean that they're not part of the leader's plan for you. It doesn't mean that you're worth any less or that you do not belong in the church or anything of that matter, if that's anything that you're thinking. And I know that it's hard to forgive yourself, and I have struggled so much to forgive myself for things that I've seen and done or not done to prevent. That's one of the things that we have to live with, Natasha. We're not perfect, and we never will be. We can only do the best that we possibly can with the best information that we have at the time. And that's what you've done. And that's what you're doing right now. And that's what we're doing today, is making it right. And going to our high priest and trying to sort this whole thing out.
And we will. We will, because you're right. I believe you. I don't think Ilmater would have given me the courage to stand up in that situation like he did yesterday, with all of us there together, if he didn't still believe that I was important. I guess this is why she kind of smiles a little bit. She's like, we chose to follow a God that enjoys bearing the suffering of others. Why did we do this?
I don't know. Perhaps we're masochists and we enjoy suffering.
She kind of just has a little bit of a chuckle as some of the last of her tears kind of get wiped away from her face, and you can tell you've definitely lightened her spirits, and that was a great RP. So go ahead and add another point of DM's inspiration to you.
Oh my god! Thank
for
you.
that.
Those are things that I've had to tell myself, literally.
But then she's like, "Listen, I'm going to go to Solar, and I'm going to talk to him, and I'm going to tell him everything that I've seen. I'm going to tell him everything that I've witnessed. And I'm also going to talk to him about what I've seen from Mulfin."
What do you mean?
I've seen nothing but an individual who is doing the best that he could to save his friends and to save his family.
Yes!
And
Yes!
that anything, what you were saying yesterday, that you went and you talked to him before and he didn't believe you, I'm going to back you up 100%.
Natasha, you want to know what he did? He tried to use my position in the church to manipulate me, to get me to spy on Molfin, and tried to persuade me that Molfin was some evil entity that was going to end up murdering us all. He's just a man who happens to have a decrepit hand.
Well, let me tell you, I'll be honest, the hand does scare me, but
Frightens me as well.
but only because I got to witness firsthand what it did to Dorn. I've seen it. And he wasn't even wearing it. He was just in possession of it, worshiping it.
Molfin, I don't think worships that hand at all. Molfin views it as a tool to meet his ends. Molfin, I don't know what it is in Molfin's nature or Molfin's character, but he has some kind of supernatural immunity to being like foolishly persuaded into something that he does not want to do. He's like, I don't know, just the most willful person I've ever met, and that is the highest compliment I could possibly bestow. Like, I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, believe that is his most amazing quality.
Meanwhile, it just flashes to Molfin downstairs really quick, and he's just staring at the hand going, and it quickly zooms back to you guys talking upstairs. Well, you know, I need to go get myself cleaned up a little bit. I can't walk.
Agreed.
I don't want to walk into Waterdeep like this. If you'll excuse me.
Oh, you get used to it. You get used to the gore. Enjoy Natasha. Enjoy getting cleaned up. You get used to the gore all over you eventually.
I'd rather not, but sure. And she makes her way
It's
out,
inevitable.
heads towards kind of like a washroom you have in your main hallway across from Lachlan's room there. And what are the rest of you doing at this time? Did you wait?
Molfin's cooking breakfast.
Oh, Molfin.
I gave him good
I'm gonna eat
berries,
breakfast.
and I'm reading. I probably had one good berry, and I'm just reading.
How long do you want to read?
As long as it takes for them to all go shopping, go into Waterdeep, and come back home.
So you,
I am.
Oh, so you're not going?
No,
Okay.
I need to read this. If we're gonna go kill gods, I need this +2. So yeah,
Okay.
Callista's gonna bite the bullet,
Okay.
so to speak, and let them go unsupervised into the city. Once again,
Oh boy.
Callista doesn't learn. She's wise. She's not smart.
Oh boy. Here we go.
So I will probably spend the day with Dad and Clarion and kind of like maybe even the Griffins a little bit, like spend some time reading and watching the Griffins, maybe do some like dancing like cantrips to like give them something to do.
Okay. Sure.
Kind of just be around the
Callista-
house with the Griffins, Dad, and Clarion. That's my plan. And read.
You know when
Callista's
Callista
present mom.
yeah, when Callista doesn't go with the group, all of a sudden Will Ferrell just busts through the door butt ass naked going, "We're going streaking!"
Yep.
Streaking through the quad! Through the quad!
No.
Come on!
Callista
Come on,
would
Snoop! Bring your
murder Will
hat!
Ferrell.
Bring your hat! Come on,
She would
Snoop!
hate him. She would disintegrate Will Ferrell. Like, can't full stop. There's no way around that. No.
No, I've heard good things about that.
Yes.
I would murder him. It's on my list.
So you guys don't see Callista for breakfast. So during breakfast, I would say you gain another hour if you read during breakfast. And you guys enjoy what is Molfin cooking?
Basically, he's cleaned out most of the pantry, probably given his appetite. She's just going
Then-
through the meats, most of the
Molfin.
meats. But
Yeah, as you're cooking, like Clarion walks in with this basket full of apples. It's like, what are you doing?
Oh,
breakfast.
Oh, I just went and got
So
some.
that
I got some apples from the orchard on the corner.
wait, we have an orchard.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
he's like, you
Hell, did Callista plant an orchard?
you never been on the corner field? It's just right down that way.
There's a reason
I
I bought
know.
this place.
He just sets the basket down. He like walks away frustrated, eating an apple. He's like, Molfin, you need to get out more. he just walks away down the hallway.
I'm so unaware of our orchard. Do we have any other plans? Do we
Restock the kitchen if you're going into town.
You guys bought a whole freaking farm.
We got a farm.
So you guys got like.
Do we have like cows and chickens?
Farm.
You guys,
cows?
there wasn't livestock when you bought it, but you could put livestock on it if you wanted to.
I
That could
want
be-
cows.
I've been told to. Oh wait,
Cows. Goats.
Do griffins eat goats or cows or just horses?
They'll eat goats and cows, but they much prefer horse meat.
Okay. We should be fine if you get
Who-
cows.
who has the bag of holding? Diana has it now.
She currently has it because she has the body of Dorn.
Dorn.
Responsibility.
Diana, I need some coin from there. I've been asked to restock the larder while I'm in town.
Are you going to take my body?
No, I'm going to reach into the bag and take some coin. And if you'd like, I can do many of things with the body, but what I have in need of is
I have
coin.
plans. It's
Okay.
my corpse. I earned it.
But I would like to point out
You
we
can't
don't
have this
slay
one.
that corpse. Half of it is
We
mine.
did kill the corpse. Do you want the top half or the bottom half? I would like the top half.
Put down the center that way.
But, I will take some coin. You can. The body would serve your needs better than mine.
All right.
And
there's
Molfin's
some-
going to reach in and just take out, because I have no idea what anything costs. He's ever bought food or livestock or anything like that. So he's going to take 1,000 platinum out of the bag.
Okay.
I'm
Oh.
sure that's fine. Wow.
Get me a goat.
Okay.
I want a goat.
One goat.
I'm gonna make goat cheese.
Sure, we can. I'm sure they'll figure out the rest. Does anyone else need a makeover before we leave?
I don't think I'm wanted right now, so I think I can be me.
A makeover. Oh, we're not talking about actual makeovers. We're talking about.
Yes, in order.
Can you guys
I'd
at
rather
least
not.
do the telepathic bonds so if you guys get into trouble, you have means of contacting each other?
How long does it take us to get to Waterdeep?
Not long. The most 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's like walking pace. You know, if you had like a mount or a cart or something like that, it'd take you far less time. You're only a couple miles north.
Do we have a mount or a cart?
There is
Put it on the list.
there are some carts in the barn area of your farm. They're not the best,
We don't have
but
any
you
horses.
could use them. But yeah, you don't. I don't think you guys have any horses. I think you killed all the horses that.
You have a griffin.
I don't think you took any of the horses from the Horncrow incident. I think you killed them all.
No, we murdered them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Molfin will cast it right before we leave.
Okay. Sure.
Sorry.
And Molfin will cast Seeming on himself. And how smart is Molfin feeling?
How smart
Okay.
is Molfin feeling? I like this. I like that he rolls for it.
Molfin is going to go back to the same halfling that he made himself look like after robbing the jewelry store.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So just that random halfling that you saw outside whenever you were
Yeah,
running
just that
out.
random halfling I saw outside.
Got it. Perfect. I cannot remember for the life of me what that halfling looked like. So we'll just say
I don't think we ever really talked about it. It was just
I-
like, oh, there's a halfling. Yeah, I
okay,
look like him.
you look like random halfling guy. There you go. Random Waterdavian halfling. You got it. Sure. So you did seeming, and you also did telepathic bond. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, telepathic bond I'll be doing right before we leave, so it's up.
Are you going to do it on Callista as well, or just the
Yep.
party that's going in? Okay.
No, we'll hit everybody because it's anywhere.
Okay.
I like Victoria in chat. Molfin, a wizard of peerless intellect and mental prowess, thinks animal food costs 10,000 gold. That's so good.
I would like to point out, as we're leaving, so that Callista cannot correct herself, Molfen was told to stock the larder.
The larder.
Stock the pantry, the food.
Oh yeah, stock the pantry. Yes.
Stock the pantry.
So Molfen is walking out with 1,000 platinum to fill the pantry.
Oh,
That's fine by
boy.
me.
Oh boy.
I still don't think you need 10,000 gold to stock the pantry, but sure. We're not a
Okay, let's
tavern, are
rephrase.
we?
Molfen is spending 10,000 gold.
Oh my god. You better get a lot of livestock for that price. You better stock this whole farm.
You better get me like 15 horses for those
As the
griffins.
DM is looking at the
Wait.
cost for livestock on D&D Beyond currently, and laughing at this.
How many cows?
Okay.
How many cows?
So,
That is something we can worry about at another point. We don't have to do the math out.
yeah.
Because I know there's other things.
It won't
to do this
it won't be
with.
hard with a calculator. But you also got to think, would Molfen be smart enough to know when is the right amount of livestock to say that's probably good enough for the size of field we have, so they don't just like destroy and eat all the grass in like 2 days, and then you're left with like cows that end up starving because there's too many of them in your fence, and you're
You're gonna give Callista so much druid work to do. You're gonna make me be a druid. Wow.
So we'll see how this works out. So Lachlan,
I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Callista's staying home. Right?
Riser asks if he can come along with you guys.
There's a complication, Riser. Didn't we break you out of jail a couple days ago?
I do kind of look a little different though, don't I? Like, is this?
You look.
I mean,
How different does he look?
He looks like himself, but a lot more like clean shaven and
Yeah.
not as... You're not 100% sure. Like, probably a
I
real.
think anyone's gonna be fooled, Riser.
Yeah, right. You're probably right, Locke. I was just.
Would he have said that before we like walked out?
Oh yeah.
And Molfen
Oh yeah.
started casting seeming?
Oh yeah.
Molfen
Oh,
will
so
offer to include him in seeming.
Okay. What would you like to make him look
Look,
like?
Who is broader, Lachlan or Riser? In terms of like who's more muscular.
Riser's more muscular.
So basically, he's going to make Riser look like a more muscular, slightly older version of Lachlan.
And you got to remember too, Riser
With
is a halfling and not a gnome, and he is a little bit bigger and a little bit more stout than the gnomish frame of
Okay.
Lachlan.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Friday's halfling.
Yeah.
So basically, Molfin's going to make him look a very basically like him and Lachlan had a love child. So like Lachlan's features, but blonde hair with Riser's build.
Okay, gotcha.
Their
Yeah.
mom got around, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's- Poor damn food.
Riser, great.
But how about now? I mean, I think this is great.
I think you're safe. You're safe.
All right, I just need to get out, you know? Just need to get out.
How are you holding up, given the obvious changes?
It's been different. I mean, been like that for a long time, and now it's just gone. And like that, it's gone.
Has Raul been able to help you at all?
Oh right, yeah, Raud's great. He told me about his situation. And
Mhm.
did you know he was like half a spider?
Yeah, I saw it.
You did. Oh. Wonder if there are people
Taught me how to make poison arrows, by the way. It's really cool.
Oh, you know how to make poison arrows? Could you show me?
Yeah, totally.
All right. But you can tell with this conversation, Raud must have done a really good job of talking to him over the past day. And his spirits are definitely way up from what it was whenever you guys last left him.
I love my dad.
Does he sound happy, though? Like, does he...
You have a feeling like he's better, but it's going to take some time. Like...
Well, so not so... Does he sound pleased with the change? Not like, is he adjusting to it? Like, does it sound like he's lost his left arm?
You got the idea.
Or does it sound like you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get the idea. I mean, your passive insight would probably tell you that he's just... I guess he's really confused because he's known one lifestyle for a long time, and I don't even think you guys don't even think he realizes what his previous lifestyle was before this. Like, you get the vibe that this might have happened when he was really young or something like that, and he has just grown up this way, and he's always lived this way, and then all of a sudden it's just not there anymore. Like, when it's different for him, so he's not really sure.
That feels violating.
Feels like we should give it back to him.
Like, what are you suggesting, Gramps? We go find a were beast and have it bite him?
Repeatedly until it takes.
You hear about 15 minutes later when you're getting closer to the city. Be safe.
As I promised, nothing that will burn me.
Molfin?
24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Diana. Can you get the little bites that have the little muffins in the package?
Little Bite, I'm sorry. Little Bite, are you asking me to bring you children to eat?
Wow.
No, little bites. They're muffins. They're blueberry. They're little tiny ones.
Why would you eat
They're yummy.
blueberries? Those things are disgusting. If you're going to eat a muffin, eat a proper one with chocolate in it.
Why can't it have chocolate and blueberries? Why not both?
Molfin, just go to the bakery.
Let's go to
I
the
have to go-
bakery.
I have to go to Orion's, Aurora's, whatever the name of that magic shop is first. Then I'll
And I
take care of
want
the food and
frosted
livestock.
flakes.
Okay. So
Frosted mini wheats.
While you're out, can you guys keep a lookout for like nicer leather, studded leather armor? I don't know if we'll find it here, but just in case they've restocked.
I can ask them while I'm there.
Basically a +2 studded is what I'm looking for.
Get chickens so that we can make eggs.
Oh God!
I know this is on the group channel and I really don't care. And Callista, when we get back, please check her for some influence. Think she's under the... There has got to be some sort of substance involved here with her. Random.
It's called
I
ADHD,
swear,
and I forgot to take my meds.
I swear I could have sworn she asked me for something called a Funyun, and I don't even know what that is.
I also don't know what that is.
I don't like Funyuns.
okay. So
I'll take some Doritos though.
just to kind of get a gauge of what you guys are doing. So I got the gist from Molfin that he wants to go to Aurora's Realm shop to visit with Hestu Aurora, the proprietor of that magic shop, first, and then he's going to go buy enough food to fill an entire pantry and enough cattle to stock the farm. Is that correct? From Molfin?
Correct. And chickens and goats and horses.
Yes!
Apparently.
Chickens, goats, horses, and little bites.
Pony?
But I can save you if you want to. Basically, I'll phrase it, speed through it. What Molfin is looking for to see if Hestu has
Mm-hmm.
is now apparently +2 studded leather armor for Callista that she just asked about.
Okay.
But the thing Molfen is looking for is a ring of spell storing.
Okay. Sure.
That's a good item call, Matthew. Good idea.
I had an interesting thought.
So, in what Diana's going to do is Diana's going to go to the hospice with Natasha, and you guys are going to speak to Solar.
We sure are, and I've got my bag of holding, and I am waiting for the right moment when Natasha says something really cool, and I'm just gonna throw Dorn's body onto the floor.
You are really banking on Natasha having a much higher charisma than she does.
It's okay, I'll help her. I'll lead her in.
Lachlan, what is your overall goal?
I think I'm gonna tag along to the magic shop.
Magic shop. You got it. Sure. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start with the magic shop as you guys make your way to Aurora's. You guys make your way into the fancier district of Waterdeep, and you approach Aurora's. It seems to be open for business, and you guys enter. And Hestu seems to be polishing some things around the shop. There are no other customers in here yet. As I would say, it's probably pretty early. You guys got up early, got your breakfast, and headed on right to Waterdeep to get business taken care of. And he turns to see the door as you guys walk in. Welcome. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm hoping to find out if you have a couple of, well, to be blunt, arcane objects in that I may be able to purchase from you.
Oh, yes. I do have arcane objects here for your perusal. And he kind of points around to all these glass cases and things that are around. And you can see there's a couple on the shelf. It looks like there's a quiver with arrows inside. You can see there's a few other things. It looks like in a glass case, there's a light crossbow and a blowgun in one. You see what looks to be some kind of mace and some kind of short bow hanging on a hook on a shelf. It looks definitely like he's got some kind of stock. And you can see that there are 2 daggers in one of the glass cases as well. A long sword that seems to be sheathed. Fortunately, as you're looking around, I know you mentioned a ring and you mentioned armor. You're not seeing any armor. Well, actually, you're not. Let me double check something really quick. As I use this to help me out, let's see what we've got. You do see some armor there. You're looking for studded leather in particular?
Yep.
Not looking like there's any studded leather in stock. You do see some leather.
Oh, she said specifically studded.
This leather looks like it has dark burnt etchings into the armor, and it has this almost kind of looks like a dragon's motif on the front part of the leather armor. It's kind of almost like the brown of the leather is almost bronzed in some way to shine almost like more of an orange in color as you look at it. There is some ring mail there.
Molfin's going to send over to Callista. Does not appear to have any studded, but there's this weird dragon leather looking armor.
Find out what that does.
So, Malfon will ask about the R and I may be interested. Well, I'm definitely interested in the 2 daggers, apparently.
Oh, yes.
But what does that armor do? The one that has these strange reptilian inlay to it.
This armor is rumored to come from the horde of a fallen dragon. From what I have been able to discern from it is it makes it a little bit more difficult to pierce. Also grants the wearer resistance to heat and fire damage. Basically, basically mechanically, it's +1 leather with resistance to fire.
Malfon will send that over to Callista. What of those 2 daggers?
Ah, these are called daggers of venom.
Malfon's going to look at Lachlan.
Yeah, Lachlan's drooling a little bit.
They
Given a name such as that, I'm assuming poisonous.
Oh yes, they strictly deal in poison and being able to inject your opponents or enemies with pretty lethal dose. Sometimes leaving them sickened and incapacitated.
And specifically, I am seeking a specific type of ring, but I don't seem to see any. A ring of spell storing.
Unfortunately, we had a shipment coming in from overseas, overtaken by a band of pirates. And it seems that most of our jewelry was part of that shipment. I apologize. I'm hoping that within the next few weeks, possibly a month, we can get some more in, but you know how things are in the high seas. I mean, it could be difficult.
Gramps, let's hunt those pirates.
That was sort of my intention, but if I don't...
Are we being a pirate adventure now? Is that what's happening?
Oh, hey, mateys!
Well, just imagine if we...
I want to meet Jack Sparrow.
If we were to deal with those pirates, I mean, who knows what else they've stolen. But, Callista, do you want that armor or no?
No, that's okay. Thanks, though.
How much for the dagger? How much for one of the daggers?
The daggers are going to be, as the dungeon master looks at his digital DMG. Oh, that's the player's handbook. I apologize. Daggers are considered these daggers are pretty spectacular. They're gonna run you 3,000 gold apiece.
If you need more money, you can always find Diana. She's got all the gold.
Lachlan, is there anything else you were looking for?
I was just kind of seeing what they have. I may pick up one of those daggers. Because I've
Malfon's
got...
gonna look. Malfon's gonna look at him. $2,000 apiece. We'll take both of them, and all my future purchases will be made here. Let us say
My halfling, you strike quite a little offer there. Counter offer. 2,250 apiece. And you make all future purchases here? Ah?
I can agree with that.
So basically that's
So it's
4,500.
So that's 450 platinum. So
You got it. So you gonna pay him
pull out
up?
450 platinum,
Oh.
drop it on the table.
Just
Hand one over to Lachlan and
please be careful with those now. I mean,
I'm like touching the end of it with my finger.
As you're shifting it back and forth, it almost has this. What do you call that paint that shifts colors?
iridescent.
It almost has it.
Dual chrome.
Holochrome.
Yeah, as you twist it, the
Holographic.
blade goes from like the chrome, and you can see like this hint of a yellow-green color, and then it fades back into the chrome and stuff like that as you kind of twist it. And it looks like it has these really elegant looking, almost Yanti-esque designs in the blades of these things.
Ooh.
Yep.
One's gonna
Thanks,
sort of
Gramps.
picture over it, point it out. One would say almost snake-like. And then Wolfen's gonna look over at the individual, and if you happen upon any look around, are we still alone in here?
Mm-hmm.
Any more questionable objects?
Yes.
Keep me in mind.
Sure. What is your name, Halfling? The dungeon master got to do it to one of the players.
Thinking like, I was thinking of last night, Star Wars, everything. What's her name?
What's your name? My name.
I'm like,
What's the generator?
What's my name? Random
What's my
Imperial Stormtrooper 1. Of course, that's what my name is.
Molfin's gonna look over at Lachlan. Only one way for him to be able to reach me.
No, through me, right?
My name is Molfin.
Okay, Molfin. Thank you for doing business in Aurora's. Here, please take some cards. And he hands you these like half-size business card type things.
I think I also got.
You got a whole
cards
stack
posted
of them.
on
Yeah,
me.
he passed a bunch of them. He's like when you go to that shop in the mall where they bag up your stuff and then they dump like a handful of cards in too. Here you go.
Molfin's gonna look at Lachlan. These would probably be better handed out by you than me.
Fair enough.
And
Riser's over in the
We
corner
have
with you
coin.
guys, and he's looking at like a crossbow in a glass case over there, and he's like, "Oh,
someone quietly.
Does he have money?
How much is the crossbow?
I think he spent it all. He spent all the money that Lachlan gave him on."
That's right.
Yeah,
I
but then I gave him another like 80 platinum.
Oh yeah, you did. So he does have. He has like 800 gold. Let me see what this weapon is that he's looking at.
Oath crossbow.
Dang. You know what? It's not too far off. Basically, what the store owner walks up to him and he's like, "Oh, this one. This crossbow used to be wielded by a paladin. It's said to be blessed by the gods." And then that riser's like,
It does have an oath.
What does it do?
well, it's a little bit easier to hit, does a little bit more damage, and it can also impact enemies with immense glow of radiant energy to smite them. It's a crossbow that can smite.
That's pretty cool.
He's like,
What level smite?
I'd have to look
Or
at
is
it
it
more
charges?
and more deep. It's probably going to be a charge. I don't have this one all mapped out. But it's a +1 light crossbow, and it will have charges, and you can spend a certain amount of charges. And the charges, like, I'm gonna make it to where you can increase the number of charges to up the level of the smite.
oh.
How much is it?
Yeah, this one being blessed by the gods. 6,000 gold. Riser's like, I have 80 platinum.
Crossbow of crossbow.
Can anybody spot me?
We may have to save up a bit for that one there, Riser.
Mulfin's going to look at Hestu. How much do you value coin?
He looks around at his store. I do run a reputable business. Coin is the nature of my game.
And your reputation is the nature of your game. It sounds.
Oh, yes, I care deeply about my reputation. That's why I keep on giving out all these cards. Do you think it's working?
Let me see. I don't know if I can do this to others or not. I'm going to check. I got to check the spell.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna gay us this man?
I'm going to give you a gift. The gift of sight. Will you accept this gift?
But Mr. Muffin, I can already see.
This will give you the ability to see the truth of all things.
Really? It could help my business. Then I could find out if these cards are actually working, or if people are just lying to my face. He ponders. Make a persuasion check for me.
Okay, that's not great. That's 14.
Let me make a roll. I think this is a good business plan. How long will it last?
1 hour.
Oh, that's not nearly as good as I thought it was going to be. Are you some kind of halfling? Are you some kind of master of arcane magics?
Yes.
Can you enchant items?
Mulfin's going to reach out and say, just look, and reach out and touch him.
Okay.
I'm going to cast True Seeing on him.
Okay.
So he's
He
gonna
can
see.
you.
So he sees what
That's
you
what,
really
that's
look
why I
like.
was freaking out because I knew what he was doing.
Okay. So now he
I
can.
put it in roll 20. He can see through all illusions, hidden doors, the ethereal plane.
He basically starts to freak out. As he's like, what is going on?
The Lord Alliance claims. Now you know who stands before you.
You're the one from the Gazette.
I'm one of the ones that killed Imrith.
It didn't say that.
As is
It didn't say that. in
My
the Gazette.
great-great-grandson. No, it didn't.
It said you were the most terrible enemy of the hear the... And he's just like stunned as he's staring face to face with the person he's seen on the back of Waterdeep Gazette wanted ads for the last couple months.
He's not that bad.
Shall we say 5,000? No, sorry, 5,000 gold, and again, you are my sole arcane supplier.
5,000 gold, and then please will you leave?
Immediately. Drops 500 platinum.
Okay.
Takes a crossbow, hands it to Riser. Walks out the door.
Yes. Riser's like, ha! And you guys make your way.
Don't put somebody's eye out, Riser.
You can tell you immediately helped Riser's mood for the day. And at that, as you guys are exiting with this guy basically running into the back room, like in a panic, like, cause he's just like, he's seeing ethereal plane as well, so he's going nuts. Like, this new vision has been
it's a really bad acid trip.
It
He is
is,
not
yeah.
having a good time.
He has never probably experienced this before and just runs back in the back. You guys exit the store. So Matthew and MG, the daggers that you got, they are both considered magical daggers. They do an additional 2d6 poison damage on a hit. Oh, yeah. Whoa! Dan on the Moon has come in big and gifted a bunch of subs for this month. Look at this. Dan on the Moon, you are amazing. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you, Dan on the Moon.
Never ceases to amaze me. Dan on the Moon. They also do this. The person that you hit also has to make a Constitution saving throw. The difficulty class on that is a 16. If they fail, they take an additional 6d6 poison damage. And are considered poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Dang.
Wow.
So, while this
I'm
was
assuming this is something not in
not in
D&D Beyond?
I'm not gonna find it in D&D Beyond yet. I haven't added it yet, so I had no idea you were gonna buy them. So.
I was like, ooh. I
Yeah.
could use that.
Oh my gosh.
Very good rogue weapon. Who rogues that like to throw daggers.
Yeah.
So would now Diana, would you and Natasha would have split off from Molfin and headed to right to the church? That's what I'm assuming, right? For some reason, I can't hear you talking.
Extremely dramatic.
Oh, there you go.
Grocery demands. I would.
There you go. I think it's
my
working
mistake,
now.
Sorry.
Okay. So,
After I made my increasingly manic grocery demands, we split.
okay. You make your way to the hospice, and you make your way inside, and immediately at kind of like the front desk area, you do see somebody that you recognize, and it's Jidek. He's the one that you were sort of comfortable with, and the one who read the rites for the funeral for your fallen friend, in which his name escapes me right now. Anastasius. Why can't I remember that? Come on, Dungeon Master. Anastasius. He did all he set up everything for the funeral, and was kind of the one that you guys kind of left in charge of that. And he sees you, his eyes kind of get wide in a welcoming manner, and Diana, you're back.
Yeah. Hey.
Natasha.
My friend Natasha. Yeah.
Yes, we've met. I remember Natasha from before. She came here for training. So there's like a year ago or something like that, maybe even longer. What can I help you with?
Oh, we were hoping that we could catch Solar today.
Oh,
Have a conversation with
absolutely. He is in his office. Come with me, right this way.
Lovely.
So he takes you up to the office of Solar, knocks on the door. He's given permission to enter. You guys enter into the office, which is a very, nice looking office with a lot of like bottom to top bookshelves that seem to wrap around, and he's sitting at a nice wooden desk. As you kind of approach, he wheels around and sees you come in. Yes. Diana. Natasha. And Jidek's just kind of like, that awkward tension in the room, the elephant in the room kind of feeling. They've come to speak with you, Solar. He looks at Jidek and just, absolutely, you can leave us, please. And Jidek walks out of the room and closes the door and leaves you three in the room. It's been some time.
Yeah, it certainly has. Quite a while.
I know.
Natasha. Solar or whoever.
Yeah, Natasha's like, she steps up and says, Solar, for the last almost 2 years, I have been manipulated. I have been warped. By one of the temple's own. Dorn Amber Crown of the Mater Temple in Daggerford. He found something. He found something that corrupted and twisted him. He was a terrible and evil person. And unfortunately, I was drawn into that path. But I'm here today to tell you that Diana, she looks at Diana, and her friends put an end to it. They put an end to Dorn's corruption. But I must tell you that it is not over. There is another who called himself Zelroth. Although just recently, as of yesterday, I had no idea who he really was. Or what he was trying to do. But I do know that whatever he is a terrible, terrible creature. And he is attempting to find a sword, some kind of... He called it the Sword of Kas. I know not what he wants to do with it. But it can't be good. And Solar kind of looks and... looks to Diana and says, I know that the last time we saw each other, things got kind of uncomfortable. And I wanted to apologize to you. I was quick with my words. And I should have spent more time listening to what you had to say. And I'm sorry that I made you feel as if you were being forced to spy or look over one of your friend's shoulders.
As I told Natasha this morning, we are all only ever operating at what we think is best with the information that we have at the time. You are my high priest. It was an order that I vehemently disagreed with, but you thought it was necessary. Moving past that, though, speaking of Dorn, speaking of an end to corruption, you should know, and I pull out the bag of holding, and I would like to drop Dorn's body onto his floor now.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes.
Alright, so you pull Dorn out from the bag of holding, kind of just plop him down onto the floor with a big thud. He is taken aback a little bit startled, and looks down. And you brought him here.
I brought his corpse here because when I find true corruption, I handle it.
Very good. Okay, it's okay. We can deal with this.
We can deal with this. We can also deal with the scary, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a lich, but I saw it, and it made us look into strange mirrors and threw my friends into a pit of lava. Anyways.
Right. There is... I've been in prayer a lot lately, Diana. Ilmater speaks highly of you.
Thank you.
I am concerned that there is a deeper plot afoot. One that could have been going on for a long time now. Just trying to trace it, to find the missing pieces, and it's been difficult. Even for...
What missing pieces? Sorry to interrupt, but what?
It just... Some of it just doesn't make sense. So Dorn was... I have a feeling he was attempting to find or begin some kind of worship to this Vecna that you... have you read that book that I had given you?
The book. Yes. Yes, the book. I think I did. Because didn't I glean some knowledge about Vecna from that book?
I think you did, yeah. Yeah. Basically it was a book on what they kind of had knowledge of when it came to concern with Vecna, which wasn't a ton. But it gave you some information about how he was this terrible... He was a wizard that was corrupted.
Yeah.
And then decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to be one of the first, maybe one of the only mortals to ever become a god.
Oh, no.
But
I've just had an epiphany about several of us.
But in the process of doing so, basically, he gifted his right-hand man, his best guard, an individual by the name of Kas. He gifted him a special sword that had sentience. The sword convinced Kas to destroy Vecna and take all the power for himself. And that's kind of the gist of the story from what you get, but there's still a lot of missing pieces. Like, there's not a lot known of, like, what happened after that. You do know that it says, like, parts of Vecna still survived and were, like, spread across the multiverse somewhere. You know that one of your comrades has one somehow. But for some reason to Solar, it doesn't make sense that this other individual, Zelroth, is looking for the sword. I don't understand why. Why would he want the only thing that was responsible for the end of it all?
Well, from what I understand from my time with Molfin, I think the sword helps track the pieces of Vecna that are still in existence. He's probably thinking if he can get the sword, then the sword can lead him to the missing pieces that he needs.
It's strange. I've never heard of such a thing.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, Molfin and really just Molfin knows more about them and their strange cult. He's the one who has mostly been able to communicate with them, able to get them, able to persuade them that they have, that he's a safe person to share their craziness with. Really, he just tells us and then we go kill them, but...
I just...
Honestly, if you...
Sorry, it looks to you, yeah.
I was going to say that honestly, if you wanted to find the root of this insane cult, one that managed to burrow itself even within our church, I would consider making a friend out of Molfin. He seems to know how to play these people very well.
I think I'm interested in doing that. But I don't want to just make a friend of him. I want him to be friends with all of us. With the church.
That will be difficult.
Listen, Diana. Ilmater has spoken. I think we can help him. I believe you.
Help
I
him.
do not think he means malice. I do not think he means harm. As he's trying to punch the camera and whip me off.
Lachlan, look at this dagger. It's amazing.
I think we can save him when it's all said and done.
Are we speaking of the garden?
I think
Or something more?
you've seen the garden, haven't you?
I've been in the garden, yes.
Wait. You've been in the garden?
Yes.
He leans back into his chair like this.
I don't know what to tell you. I guess I'm Dad's favorite. I don't know.
You've seen the endless fruit growing from the trees.
Mm-hmm. And there's a fountain. That's pretty cool.
Got nice little statues on it.
You've witnessed the fountain of 10,000 tears?
Yep. I ate some fruit too. It was pretty good.
You ate some fruit from the garden.
Yeah. We also, it was all of us really. It was me, Ashlyn was in the garden, Lachlan was in the garden. I can't remember if Callista was in the garden or not. I don't think she was. But then we threw some fruit over the garden wall because, you know, like Molfen couldn't get in, obviously, because, you know. He ate some fruit. It was fine.
Huh.
He's like, all of my religious theory just got blown out of the water.
He looks stunned as you're telling him all this. Absolutely stunned.
There's currently a rotting corpse on his floor. He's more stunned
That you've been in the garden than the rotting corpse on the floor, yeah. He looks down at the rotting corpse on the floor. Yeah, I need to take care of this.
I can take care of it. I'll just put it back in the bag.
Oh, please. Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He was more there for driving a point home. Now I can relinquish his body over to Molfen.
What are you gonna do with... Why would you relinquish his body over to Molfen?
I don't know, but Molfen always has ideas, so I just figure, you know, we'll come up with something.
Interesting.
Or we can just bury it in the backyard. He can fertilize the orchard that I just found out that we own.
You can leave him with us and we can take care of the burial. It's not really much of a problem.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like... Alright, fine. Y'all can keep the body.
Right.
He was a man of the church, after all. You know, before he went crazy.
Well, Diana, if you could, at some point, if you would like to speak to Molfen for us, I would be grateful. And,
Yeah.
Right, I'll be, taking care of this. I also know that you, have you forgiven this man?
That is a loaded question. I prayed for the state of his soul that, you know, the big judgment guy who handles whether or not you go to, like, I don't know, bad stuff. I don't know. I prayed for his soul to be redeemed, you know, in the afterlife, I suppose. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty nice thing to do. I don't know.
Just know that what you did helped to save many others from having to deal with terrible suffering in their future. This man could have caused a lot of it. Thank you for trusting Ilmater enough to take care of it.
Yeah. I would, to answer your question better, Solar, I would say that I have forgiven him for the things that he has inflicted upon me. And if it were only things that he had inflicted upon me, perhaps I would have tried to save him. But it was the fact that there were so many other people who he had hurt. Though that's not my place to forgive, and that's not my place to attempt to save. So...
Natasha speaks up too, and she looks at you and looks at Solar and says, "It's gonna take me a while to forgive this man, but I believe that is part of the suffering that I will have to share with my deity. for quite some time. And then she kind of just walks out of the room. And so Lar kind of looks at the door, looks at you, and sometimes the suffering keeps us grounded. So we know our purpose. What our God calls us to do. Proud of you, Diana.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
If you find out anything more, please, if you could let us know. I have other clerics and other individuals who could possibly aid if needed.
That would be actually excellent, because the more that we find out about this cult and the more that we find out about Zelroth or whatever he is now, I think absolutely the more aid we will need and the more divinity we will need.
Just know that Ilmater suffers for you.
Yes. While we're here, I think it might also be relevant to note that perhaps the next time somebody offers the Church of Ilmater a cursed old relic to guard over, we just destroy it when nobody's looking.
Diana, if I would have known
that
about
would
it
be
at the time, we could have taken care of all this a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
This man kept it to himself, because he was warped by the power that it would give.
I never realized that. I was under the impression that it had been given to the Church of Ilmater and that we were all sort of like all the higher ups were aware of its existence.
I did not know of its existence until, well, things got out of hand and someone else discovered it. And then I come to find out that someone else is someone that you're very close to.
Yeah. We could always, revise the system, have a little bit more oversight, I believe, on what our
Maybe if you were to retrace Doran's steps, perhaps maybe locate the area that he found it. Maybe more answers could be found there.
Perhaps.
All right,
Thank you.
yes, let me take care of this, this rotting corpse that you brought and dumped on my floor.
Yes. Yes. Well, I wanted to make a point, and I wanted to make it dramatically.
Well, you did. You did.
Thank you. I'm going to go speak with Molfin now.
As you walk out, you just hear him mumble, "You're always bringing the drama to the front door." Just as he's kind of getting ready.
Diana in a
bring the
nutshell.
drama, but I always bring the drama, but don't I also always solve yours? I mumble back.
You just hear more. And
You're talking that smack under your breath.
You head on back. You guys, are you going to look for Molfin to meet up? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's easy to.
I'm gonna try to link up with Molfin.
He's
He's
easy to find because he's the only multi-cart caravan pulling through Waterdeep with Lachlan and Riser sitting atop many chicken cages.
I've got like a long oat sticking out my mouth.
And he's got all these chickens and feathers are just flying out from the So yeah, you see Diana and Natasha approaching Molfin, and you're sitting. You've rented a cart, or would you have bought the cart?
Given the amount of, so literally it would be 50 chickens, 25 goats, 20 sheep, 10 pigs, 10 cows, 4 oxen, 8 riding horses.
Gonna breed the horses and make food
And
out
then-
of them, though, right?
Realistically,
You can eat a horse, right?
however many carts it took to haul
eat
all of
horses.
that, and then 2 carts worth full of food.
I would say like the bigger animals, like the goats and the cows and stuff, you just had to pay like some individuals from Waterdeep to help you kind of guide them through the city. The chickens would probably. How many chickens did you buy?
50.
Okay, at least 2 carts of chickens piled up like
Okay.
3 high on the back.
50 chickens?
50 chickens. It may even be 3 carts.
Need some farm hands now.
Yeah, you see a lot of people in the street just seem to spread out from this, and there's Waterdavian people just walking like all of a sudden looking, and you're basically blocking traffic in time. You're like that guy who's trying to turn around in the middle of the street, and everybody's beeping their horns at him and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm the 18-wheeler that's on the one-way alley
That's
with
right.
like 9 cars parked on one side, and there's just barely enough space for my truck to scrape by.
I'm assuming this is all in the field ward. I don't expect you to buy chickens in the north ward.
Yeah. He's basically going up the main street of Waterdeep when
no.
when Diana and Natasha bump back into them.
Oh, I've finished my shopping.
Chickens.
Well, you said you wanted chickens. There are goats somewhere back there.
Just talk to me.
All you can hear is barnyard farm sounds coming from behind him.
Come along,
Why is this purple image so funny?
I had to pay a group of 10 individuals 20 gold apiece to shovel all of the excrement from behind these things. So can we please get out of the city so we can stop paying these people?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. We'll walk and talk.
Lachlan, was there anything in particular that you wanted to do other than just tag along with Molfin?
Don't think so.
Just wanted to double check and make sure there wasn't anything in the city that you wanted to get done, or
Yeah, I'm good.
if you were
I'm
just
good.
kind of offering support to Molfin as he was rallying his barnyard
Yes.
animals.
Probably carrying one of the chickens like a puppy.
Yeah, excellent.
We should get a sheepdog or a herder dog. What are they called? The shepherd dogs.
Yeah, you could
They
you
herd
could
your
purchase
sheep
one.
for you.
We already have 2 dogs that we're going to have to stop from eating all the new livestock. I think we're
Those
going to
are
have to
dragon
lock those
dogs.
2. Yes, we'll have to lock them in the basement.
Yeah, you have sheep drakes.
Oh. You cannot lock my puppies. No. Gosh, we have to name all these animals. Oh goodness. Okay. Anyways,
Okay, you
I
can
write
name
it.
all the
Can I
animals, and once you're done coming up with unique names for each individual one, then we'll move on to our next task.
can I ride a cow as you're roaming through the streets?
Absolutely.
I would like to hop on a cow.
Some hired
because I'm assuming riding.
some hired human man is like has a rope with a cow on it that he's like kind of guiding behind Molfin's carts as he's like pulling some of these cattle behind him, and Diana just jumps on one of the cows in the back.
I was raised in the woods. This is quite normal for me.
Molfin's going to cast Sending to Callista.
Okay.
We are on our way. All of us.
All right, see you soon.
You look over at
She
Lachlan.
missed.
I don't think she understands quite what I mean when I say all of us, but
Nope. I'm reading. I'm like, that was like a very like half distant, like, yeah, okay.
Callista, You are sitting on the roof. It's been about, I'll say you get 6 more hours of reading in.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay.
They were gone that long.
Yes. The farm animal purchasing would have taken a quite extensive amount of time. Plus, they had to hire people to help them. They had to hire 10 people to shovel poop out of the streets of Waterdeep from behind this caravan. You do see what looks to be a cloud of dust coming from the city. And then as this dust starts to move closer to you and break from the tree line from around the edges of the city, and you see like there's trees between the city and where you guys are, rounding the bend down by the apple orchard, you start to see a massive caravan coming your way.
What did they do?
And you see Molfin. Well, you don't see Molfin. You see that individual that he seamed himself into. Far away, but you're still on the roof, so you got a pretty good sight of this. Leading this caravan
I stand up.
with many horses attached to a wagon. Looks like multiple wagons, stacks of chicken cages, feathers just streaming behind this thing and out the sides. You can hear nothing but clucks of chickens, the baying of sheep, the clumping of hooves on the road, in this massive dust cloud behind this group as they're making their way towards the Dumpster Fire Ranch. It looks like an army of farm animals and farm hands and people like pulling in, and there's these 10 people trailing in the back that look like they have massive shovels, and you'll see one stop every once in a while and go on the road and then continue walking behind.
What I get for leaving them alone. Like, they can't do anything in small doses ever. So I'm gonna just get off the roof, flag down Clarion and my dad, and like, we have something incoming.
Clarion looks at you as something?
We have a farm, and now we have all the animals for it.
All of them?
More than probably needed.
Oh, I gotta see this. Clarion goes to run out the front door.
I follow. I get dad and follow him.
All of the damn cows in Waterdeep are here.
It's like as Molfin is coming closer and he's like pulling up to the front road of your Dumpster Fire Ranch with everybody else, you see Diana on the back of one of the cows riding in, and Clarion just stops in his tracks. You weren't kidding. That is all of the animals.
We're gonna need to hire people. I am not cleaning this up.
Yes, nor am I. I'm gonna go for a walk.
I'm gonna join you.
So Clarion just spins on a heel and starts walking away.
You're gonna leave us alone to put all of these
you guys can put these animals away. I am not putting the groceries away. I expected the pantry, not the entire farm.
Yeah. As you guys are walking around the house, Riled walks out on the front porch. It looks like he's just like munching on something. He got one of the apples that Clarion had brought in earlier. He's like, and then he stopped. What the hell is that? Oh, gods.
Mood.
And he starts to trudge his way towards where Molfin is and everybody. I guess you guys would take several moments to kind of distribute the animals in different places and start to put them up for the evening, getting the cows fenced into their area. I guess Molfin probably would have gotten stacks of feed probably while he was out and purchased those with some of his.
It Yeah, it's only
I think
5
I think it's
copper per
included.
day.
Yeah, I think it's included in the initial purchase too. Like you get like when you buy the cow, you get a little bit of the feed for it too. So with the amount that you
Makes
bought, you probably have enough feed for probably like the first month of having these animals at least. You spent a ton of money, I believe. How much did it end up being?
Surprisingly not. So for livestock alone, it was only 195 gold and 100
Wow.
copper.
That's still a lot of money for the typical like farm.
I walked out with 1,000 platinum.
Yeah,
So hey.
yeah.
Did you
but
fill the pantry? Did you get food? Food?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically
That's the other
after-
card.
That's the
okay.
other-
On the other cart. Yeah.
after the purchases for the daggers
Mhm.
and dipping into the money for the crossbow a little bit because I ran out of platinum that I had on me, and spending basically 800 gold between the 8 riding horses to pull the different carriages and whatnot and all the livestock, still had the better part. Hold on, let me grab my back over my calculator over here. Find my thing here. That's what it is. Yeah, so I ended up with still 600 platinum, and I couldn't really find food prices in there. So I'm assuming if we say 100 platinum would probably cover our pantry for a good month or two.
Oh yeah, easily. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably less than that.
Okay. Yeah, so Molfin's probably still walking around with about like 400 or 500 platinum on him after
All
everything.
right. You did good.
Yeah, he didn't do too bad.
But yeah, I wiped out my own platinum stock, but
that's all
I
right.
figured that was 2 daggers and a crossbow. That doesn't really count for it, so.
You can
It's also,
refill it.
you know, it will probably take you the better part of the rest of the evening and day to get this amount of animals and things like situated, Molfin. I'm assuming that probably Diana, Natasha, Lachlan, and Riser would all kind of give a helping hand. Ryle will be in there. Do you offer any of those individuals that you hire to bring some of those animals here? Do you offer any of them an opportunity to be employed by the Dumpster Fire Ranch in order to take care of the animals? Or
Would Callista have made her way back over at any point while we were unloading all of this?
probably not while
Is
you
that
Yeah.
something Molfin would
Probably
make
not
it
while you were unloading.
Probably not during the unloading part, but maybe conveniently when you guys got done unloading before everybody left. Probably Clarion and Callista end up, you know, they're those people that just show up right when all the work's done, you know?
Maybe there's one box left for Callista to pick up and everything else has been done already.
How long would it have taken for them to unload?
It's taking a pretty good amount of time.
Because I would have been wherever
well, they do
Clarion
have
was
some
at.
help.
I would have been reading. I
Uh,
would have been reading and hanging out with Clarion.
I would say we'll just round it up to an hour. Unloading.
An hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
During that hour, just to speed up things a little bit, for you, Callista, Clarion does tell you, he kind of looks at you and says, Callista, I think I'd like to take a trip back home just to check up on things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I know the last I left the place, it was kind of in shambles due to everything that happened. But I wouldn't mind, you know, maybe going back and checking on things and making sure everything's doing okay.
Do you need anything before you go?
Hug?
Give him a hug.
He takes the hug and enjoys it. Probably holds it on a little bit too long. but goes ahead and
I'll
hug.
do you one better. I'll give him a kiss.
Oh, yeah. He seems to. Can silver dragons polymorphed into humans blush?
Probably.
Yeah, in our world, in our world, of course. Yeah, he blushes a little bit and says, "You gonna be okay here for a little while?"
Yeah, we gotta probably do Molfin's thing either tonight or tomorrow morning. Seems to have delayed
Right.
with his shopping episode.
One
So
thing I also wanted to warn you about is your father's getting really sick of those drakes.
yeah, I also am kind of getting sick of them.
They're
so-
not quite house trained, and they ruined a couple pair of his boots.
Oh, all right.
I just want to let
Yeah,
you know,
I'll-
in case he's in
No.
a bad mood when you get back. That's probably what it is.
Makes sense.
And the fact that probably Molfin just bought a ton
All
of
the
chickens.
animals.
All the
Yeah.
animals, yes. All of them.
Okay.
Do you think there's any animals left in Waterdeep? He probably cleaned out the market.
At least until the next season. Yeah, maybe.
No.
He might have.
I don't intend to be too long.
All right, we'll just stay in touch. I kind of shove the settings down.
Oh yes. Sure.
No ghosting.
No ghosting.
No dying.
No dying.
No getting stuck in,
Hey,
statues.
The same goes to you.
Fair.
Whatever it is that you're going to do next.
I think Molfin's in that immediate danger zone right now, not me. So,
Are you sure?
well, I've never met his wife, but guess we'll find out.
Did you ever figure out anything more about the crashing through your father's room incident?
No. And that makes me nervous of the fact that they haven't done anything else since.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had that weird vision in the mirror about Lolth, so I don't know if she's acting up or what. But definitely need to keep an eye out. It's too quiet.
Maybe they had given up.
I doubt that. I get my stubbornness from his side of the family.
Well, maybe the ball is in your court. Who knows?
Hopefully. Are you sure you don't need anything? Money, food,
Oh,
anything to take with you?
no.
Rude.
Not at all. I mean, to be honest, I was thinking about, when I transform into my form, I can just pick up one of those cows and just
Have at her. Natural order of things, circle of life, right?
That's right.
Gotta keep my boyfriend fed. Priorities.
I do get really hungry. And this new whole eating fruit and salad and things, I'll be honest, I've been putting on a guise the last few days. It's not really working for me.
You don't have to.
I don't know. It's just
Eat what
something
you
about
want.
there's a lot of people that eat healthy nowadays, and humans have this fascination with eating healthy for some reason, and they like to keep their
Yeah, well, humans are weird.
keep their form as they grow older. And I am getting older. I mean, I'm climbing up there quite extensively. And it probably doesn't work the same for me anyway. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're getting so old, Clarion. You're an old man.
Mm.
I say as I start walking back.
Yes, very old. He says like often, and then just starts walking with you. You guys both approach back to Molfin as he's kind of standing there now with a bunch of people that are holding out their hands, like waiting to be paid for leading all this livestock back.
Yeah, and Molfin's probably in the process of paying them.
I'm sure you're throwing the coin into their hand and
And look over close. Just,
What's up?
excuse me a moment. Right back. I have supplied food.
I see that.
I'm not quite sure I feel right asking your father and Clarion to take care of it all while we are gone.
Well, Clarion's going to be gone for probably a couple weeks. Not sure how long he's going. but that's my guess. And
Wonderful.
Dad's getting irritated with those dogs. So I don't think he's a fan of animals right now. If they're not spiders, they're not really his thing.
Perfect. So, well, we'll deal with the dogs separately. But
Yeah, I was already going to say we need to hire people.
Well, wonderful. I happen to have brought people. Okay, maybe I did not buy people. They just happened to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people came with me to assist, and I am
Careful
in the
turn
process
of
of paying
phrase. Gotcha. How many people were helping him here? Like 10?
them. I had 10 shovelers. That much I know because I didn't want to leave a trail from Waterdeep.
I would say you'd have
Okay.
10 shovelers and probably about 20 others.
How many people are we thinking? Like 7?
Well, we have
How
50
many
chickens,
animals?
25 goats, 20 sheep, 10 pigs, 10 cows, 4 oxen, and 8 horses. Oh,
I think
115, give or take.
would it be fair to say 2 people for the chickens, 2 people for the horses, and then 1 per each of the other sections?
Don't farmers usually manage a lot of animals?
Why don't we make it easy to say 10?
It's a
10?
bit much, but I don't really like having that many people
8.
around here.
It's a good point.
8. And we will outcast Zone of Truth, and then we can suss it out.
Interview.
We can do interviews.
Interview
And
process,
then-
zone of truth.
What's your greatest weakness?
What do
Oh,
you
John,
think
they're
you present to
working.
this company?
What was that, Molson?
Or we just tell them who they're working for.
They'll all run.
Telling the truth while effective, as you know
Anyway.
from attempting to use it with me, is not always effective.
Yeah, but these are just
Why
like
don't
common
we
people.
hire 5 for now, and if we need more, we hire more. I don't like being outnumbered more than what we already have.
I guess so. I mean, they're Callista, they're like just regular old human people.
I know,
Like,
but
I
the more
could
people that have eyes on us makes me nervous. I don't, and especially if Diana, you do realize that this place isn't exactly safe. We've already been attacked by a giant mechanical spider.
Muffin's just going to walk off and sort of lead 5 that he hadn't paid yet away. Here's your coin for the trip. How would you like a full-time job?
Oh, what's the pay?
But would Muffin even know what going rate for?
You think probably you could get away with like 8 silver a day for these guys?
We should be generous. Should give them 12.
I mean, if you want somebody who's like a farmer, like really skilled, you'd probably have to find them somewhere else, and it would cost you probably around 2 gold a day.
1 gold a day.
Oh, that sounds great.
To take care of the.
We'll do it, right?
livestock.
Right? Yes, we'll do it. And all 5 of them kind of look together. Yeah, we'll do it for 1 gold.
Okay, so we're traveling either tonight or tomorrow. Okay, so Muffin will go in. Do I?
Can we
Muffin's
just
gonna
pay
go
them
over
for the
that-
month?
Well,
No, it'd be
I
30,
can
30
pay
gold for a
them.
month. Yeah.
30 times
We should
5.
make a budget.
And if you
I would like to walk up to them.
okay,
Sorry.
I
would like to walk up to them. and say,
you can name this individual. What would you like to name your farmhand, Diana?
I wanted to walk up to them.
Okay. I thought you said walk
wanted
up
to
to
ask
some.
Question.
Okay, sure. Yeah. All the group of
Um,
5?
What? Yes.
Okay.
Does anybody here happen to have any experience with the canine variety?
Oh no.
I have some dogs.
You have some dogs.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you happen to have any experience with drakes?
What's a drake?
It's like a little mini dragon. but it acts just like a dog.
A mini dragon?
But it acts just like a dog.
A dragon that acts like a dog?
Yeah.
Mulfin's going to look at the individual she's talking to. Don't worry, I've told her multiple times she will not be purchasing one.
I told her multiple times she won't. No, we have two.
You know,
We have to.
I mean, I got a couple of mastiffs, and I mean,
That's Brooklyn.
big dogs.
Yeah.
You can handle it. Can I whistle and summon them?
Oh, do they know to come to a whistle?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They're terribly treated.
So you whistle? Because I can't whistle.
Come here. Neither can
I can't whistle. There you go. You whistle,
There we go.
and they're all standing there, like expecting something to happen. They look towards the house. They look towards the barn. They're waiting. They're waiting. You look back. You're waiting. Waiting. Nothing ever comes. Nothing happens.
Maybe they ran away.
As I said, she has not purchased any, so you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, if you got some dogs or some mastiffs or labs or anything like that, I mean, I got it. That's easy.
No one goes near the griffins.
Oh yeah, that part.
Right. Yes.
I maintain them. Don't worry about it.
Also, the griffins don't go near the horses
Yes.
unless it's feeding
Be
time.
very diligent when you're keeping tabs on the horses.
Okay. Keep.
Do a head count every hour.
Okay.
Please stop torturing the new help.
They're starting to think like, did we agree to more than what? Should we have asked for more money? It's like one of those things.
All day.
How long has it been since we left the house?
It was 6 hours.
6 hours. It's now
And,
7 hours.
It's now 7 hours since you guys have unloaded and got things organized. So the better part of the day has been spent shopping and gathering livestock.
We're like getting close to I guess past dinner time, around dinner time.
Yeah.
Mulfin immediately and somewhat rudely dismisses everybody and goes into the house.
Oh yeah, his seeming is almost up. Yep. Molfin charges back into the house. The door closes behind him.
And as I get to the bed, Callista, show them where they can sleep in the bunkhouse, assuming we have one.
But one of
They can.
them's like,
They have their own house.
I was just gonna go back home and then come back in the
just
morning.
come back home. Just come back home in the
If
morning.
that's okay. I
fine.
mean, is that okay?
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they kind of gather together and make their way and start heading back towards
Not
Waterdeep.
randos sleeping here. We already adopt all the NPCs. We don't need farmhands living here too.
Mulfin ain't got no
Manager
clue.
of the farmhands. I would like to be their manager.
Your manager of the farm
I would
hands.
like to-
That's
Yes.
Diana's job. She's taking
I would
care
like to
of
be their boss.
the boss. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Mulfin's going to be dog meat.
So we can either fast forward another day to the next day, unless there's something that you guys wanted to do this evening, or
Just reading.
just reading some more. You're going to concentrate on that. How many more hours do you have on your book?
I'm at 17 of 48.
17 of 48, and you have to get it all read in a week, right? Is that the way it works?
Yeah, 10 day.
Okay. Oh, we barely.
I think it's only been like 2, maybe 3 days.
If
been 2
you
days.
spend like the rest of your evening just reading, you'll probably you'll scoop up 6 more hours,
Okay.
and then you'll still get a full night's rest if you'd like to do that.
Okay.
What about the rest of you? Is there anything in particular that you wanted to accomplish or do, or any roleplay moments that you wanted to have here?
I kind of wanted to tell Molfin about what Solar said, but I mean, I feel like that's like time consuming. And
Yep.
we-
Yep, we're getting close for tonight. So if there's
Yeah.
this is more kind of like a short.
Yeah, realistically, Mulfin is more shocked than anything else that Callista didn't come right in and say, okay, let's go. As
Not
Molfen was sitting in the living room.
After you brought in like over 100 animals, you guys spent all day doing all the shit. She's like, okay, fine, we'll go early tomorrow, and she made that very clear to you. If that's what you want to roleplay right now, she will tell you we are going 7 a.m. We are taking your wife home.
Then Molfen is just going to be sitting up on the couch.
Just sitting on the couch.
Realistically, take a short rest because that'll I can regain my stuff on a short rest.
Yeah.
But
Eventually, while you
we'll end up sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
No,
Just
buddy.
sort of.
You're gonna be exhausted tomorrow.
He's
having an anxiety attack, probably. But...
Oh, buddy.
One thing that will happen during this moment is Clarion will kind of address all of you after dinner and just basically tell the rest of the group that he's going to head back up, check on his home in the up by the Icespire Peaks as he's heading back up for a few.
We'll miss your meals.
Yeah, about that. Sorry, I was just trying something different for a few days. I didn't mean to offend you, Locke.
Didn't offend me. I loved your cooking.
Now, come on. I am not... I have a higher insight than that. What's up with Molfen? He seems a little skittish this evening.
He's gotta face his wife tomorrow morning.
Oh, right. Well, I don't blame him then. Tell him good luck. Or I should probably.
Yeah, he might need it.
I should probably just tell him myself. I think that would be better.
We'll find him.
I will. All right, Lachlan. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Of course.
Don't do anything stupid. Exactly. Clarion goes and he finds Molfen, who is probably downstairs.
No, just literally right on the couch in the living room.
Sits down on the couch with you.
How
you holding up there?
I find myself praying for an robotic spider attack or
don't pray too
Hey,
hard.
Wolf, you up?
Don't pray too hard. You know, with this group, that anything could happen.
Doesn't seem likely this evening.
Listen, you and your wife were together for a long time, right?
Yes. A couple of centuries.
Then why are you worried? Then why are you so worried? You both loved each other, right?
Had we met you when I created the simulacrum? I can't remember.
I think you already knew Clarion before the simulacrum.
Which means he never knew about it because you would have been turned to stone.
I think he might have been stoned through that spiel, yeah.
But I found a scroll of simulacrum. Created a copy of myself. It was useful. Had all of my knowledge, my arcane abilities, and once it was of no further use, I sent it home. My first thought was to bring comfort to my wife. It did not have the accoutrement I wear. It could be her husband. It was me. Stay. A copy. Unfortunately, when I located this, I counted on my enemy being intelligent enough to be able to track the item or me. Instead, it sent a mindless beast that tracked the copy, murdered it in front of my wife, and then dragged my wife to that location. I have no idea when. I have no idea how long she was there. Now I'm going to send her home and leave again, as there is work to still be done.
Do you intend to leave for good? Or do you intend to return when it's all said and done?
Can I return? As it stands right now, this thing covering my face has claim to my soul. There's a horned creature in the hells that has claim to my soul. There's a black-winged freak in the Shadowfell that has claim to my great-nephew. That same horned devil has claim to my great-great-grandson's soul. So, best case, that's a valid point. He also has claims to Callista's soul. So, at best case at this point, a deal must be made. And Molfin's going to look around and very quickly use my trait to allow me to see invisible objects. Do I see any sensors or anything around me?
How far can you see?
10 feet.
Where is everybody located in the room right now? All of you.
In the living room?
If you're in the living room, if you're somewhere else in the house, just let me know where you are right now as Molfin's doing this.
I'm outside naming chickens.
Okay, so you're not there. Gotcha. Lachlan? You're muted, Lachlan.
You're muted.
Here you go, buddy.
Probably sitting on top of a bookshelf playing with my dagger or something.
Okay, you got it. What about
In the living room? Or in another room?
Probably the living room. Like if people are milling about in there, probably.
Callista?
I'm probably sitting out on the porch reading, waiting for Clarion before he leaves.
Okay.
I told him to go talk to Molfin.
I will say you do see an invisible... well, it's visible to you now. Behind Callista, there is a purple glowing orb kind of hovering a little bit behind and above her head as she's sitting on the porch. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Kindred.
Rude! What? I knew it was too quiet.